What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated TonyTGD here with Gary, the obsessive compulsive gamer, and Mr. Leo DS. So we're going to be reacting to the latest Intellivision Amico video. Gary says he's going to go on camera, show his beautiful face off, let us see that jaw hitting the floor live and in person. Leo's not going to do that because Leo already saw the video, as did I. So you psyched about this, Gary? You psyched to see this
Oh,
video?
I am. I'm so psyched. Look at the smile on my face. Look at these cheeks.
So Chappie says I'll hand it. You know what? No spoilers in the chat till Gary sees the video, guys.
I can't even see the chat, so it don't matter.
Yeah, but I'm tempted to read what they're saying. I gotta control myself. It was very exciting video. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cue that up, and we might take a look at the John Riggs video and the Smash JT 1-2, but we're also going to take a look at something special, something that I've noticed lately. Because, you know, here on the Geek Getaway, we always got the hottest news, the newest news, the exclusives. So we're going to show you something very exclusive here. But first, we're going to see what Gary has to say about this video. Let me full screen this bitch. You ready to have your socks blown off, Gary?
I'm ready.
Hi, this is Tommy Tellerico. I'm here with John Alvarado.
Whoa.
We are so
My bad. I always have everything playing at 2 speed. I can't watch things on normal speed. Hold on. Let me fix this. Tommy does not talk that fast. My fault.
He's a fast talker, but he's not that fast of a talker.
Hi, this is Tommy Tellerico, and I'm here with John Alvarado. And we are so happy and proud to finally show people what's in the box. This is our boxed edition, limited collector's edition
small
physical products. And first of all, you can see the size of the box. They're not very big. They're kind of really compact and cool.
I'm okay with that.
This packaging is 100% recyclable, which is really neat. But let's take a look inside.
Oh,
so
okay.
Every game package has a 3D lenticular card for each of the separate games. We have information on the back side of that for each of the games, and a special minted coin for every single game. So on one side, we got our Finnegan Fox boxed edition here. So you see a cool Finnegan Fox coin, you turn it over, and we got the Amico Running Man. And look, this is really cool, John. We actually put all of the frames of animation of the Running Man all around the top of the coin. But then we have this. Now this, as you can see, it looks like the original Intellivision cartridges from the 70s and 80s. But this is an RFID card. John, why don't you tell them technically what's so special about that?
Well, it's an RFID card that is also an NFT. That means this is tracked in the blockchain, this specific individual card. So we can register it through the Amico, and who's the owner becomes registered in the blockchain. The cool thing about that is you can transfer ownership as well from one Amico to another.
Exactly. So you're not like, it's not like you're downloading it and then, you know, you're stuck forever.
We called that,
These
Tony.
are transferable. And the way it works, so
Am I ever wrong?
does have to be connected to the internet.
Yeah, I made a video a while back. That was pretty much spot on too with my
also the boxed editions. You have to be connected.
We didn't get no overlay, but
once. And then once it downloads it, then you don't have to be online anymore.
Right, play it as much as you want.
Now, the other cool thing is that these were designed here in-house, all the products, all the art, all the everything, and they were manufactured over in Europe. And people have been asking us for a while now. It's like,
there's a bunch of them.
Can we just buy these now and you can send them to us? So we decided, what the heck, why not?
Yeah.
These are now, as of today, These are available for purchase. And what we did is we put them in, there's two different
available
4
today.
packs, and then there's an 8-pack. So there's a total of 8 different games right now. Obviously, we're going to add to that. But the important thing to note, we've run off 50,000 of these, and you'll see where it says limited collector's
Put your credit card away,
edition.
Gary.
These are the only boxes, these versions. We wanted to signify the start of Amico and these products. So only the first 50,000 of these products will have limited collector's edition. And when I say 50,000, that's total. That's for all 8. That's not 50,000.
Where's my wallet?
It's total. And so you can get them right now. They'll mail out to you within the next 7 to 10 days. And so you can be holding these in your hand as a great collectible, waiting for your Amico. So check out the links below, and we'll get you right there to the website. I'd suggest hurrying up, though, because, again,
hurry up, guys.
People are going to jump all over.
Absolutely.
And important to note, we're shipping to the U.S., Canada, and all across Europe and UK. Well, thank you so much for joining me and John here today, and we hope you enjoy our box editions of Amico game products.
So what are your initial thoughts there, Gary? Are you blown away?
Well, I'm not blown away because pretty much the video that I made and what we've been talking about for the last, few months, I think we were spot on. So, but it's not bad. I mean, we were right that, hey, they didn't show any UI off. They didn't show it functioning with the system. I didn't think that was going to happen. So we're right on track. And no, am I blown away? No. Am I not? Like, this is what I figured what was coming out. So I'm not going to gripe about anything. I think it looks good. I think it's okay. The RFID card, I think, could have been better. I would have actually married the lenticular picture with the RFID card. I think that would have been prettier, would have been nicer, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were going to do. That was my initial. I didn't think it was going to be 2 cards. I thought it was going to be just the one that was both lenticular and the RFID, but I guess I was slightly wrong.
They tricked me there for a minute because I thought the card, it was an actual cartridge, not just printed on the card.
Yeah, I actually thought that too. The first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, wait, what?" And then, "Oh no, it's not."
But did
Weird
you guys
stuff.
notice the beginning of the video?
I didn't. What exactly are you referring to?
At the very beginning of the video, I strongly believe this was a shot at me. This was a little dig at me for what we said last night. I'm going to go back, rewind it to the very.
Are you talking about all the boxes that they showed? A lot of.
No. The very first shot of the video here.
TM.
It's like
trademarked.
Yeah, he's like, let's show this corner with the TM on the video because we got to do that.
Okay.
We did kind of say that it looked like it was trademarked. So, I mean, kind of wrong, kind of not. I mean, it is what it is.
It's just funny that they would start with that, like right in the corner, and show it up close. Full disclosure, I did buy a pack of 8 because I am, like I'm going to be in on this Amico stuff, in for $1, in for a dime. You know what I'm saying? I got the shell. I think the 8 would look nice sitting next to it. So, plus now I get to talk shit about it because since I bought some, I'm allowed to be critical. Isn't that the rules?
Even more critical, yes. I heard Gen X Gamer was going to buy a set of 8 and another set of 8. So there are guys out there who are buying 16, possibly even 24. So nothing to feel bad about. I mean, it's decent. I'll give them credit for this where credit's due. I like the packaging. Like I said last night, I like everything that's included here. I don't think it's anything different than what other guys are doing. Limited Run usually offers special editions with figures, coins, cards, all kinds of stuff. So, more of the same from a collector's edition, but it looks good. Looks good to me. I can't complain about this stuff.
Hey, what's up, Wiley? Timmy Gaming Channel says we need a manual. I thought on the back of the lenticular card was going to be like the manual. They decided to print out fun facts and other things, which I guess was a missed opportunity in my book, since there is no
Yeah,
manual.
Collectors love their manuals. I love manuals. The day that they stopped including them kind of sucks, but what do we expect from at least Intellivision? I didn't expect the manual to come. Tommy said that they weren't going to do it, so I didn't expect it to be in this box. He was at least honest about that.
I didn't expect like a full manual, but like I said, because there is printing on the back of the lenticular card, I figured they just, excuse me, instead of putting fun facts, they would put, hey, press this to shoot, this to jump, whatever, a little story.
Right.
Because they got a ton of shit back there, but none of it's a manual. What are you thinking, Leo? What did you think about all this?
About the product itself, or about the video?
About the video or the
Okay,
product, whatever.
Okay, no, which one? I'll talk about the product then, because I think you talked about the product. Well, me personally, I do the following. If I can buy something physically for just a little bit more money, I'll buy it physically, or even if it's somewhat more money. But physical to me means that I have the game in the media. Otherwise, it's not. I don't care. I even have a PlayStation 4 here that never connected to the internet, and I have my games. I was just playing it yet right before we started here, and I have Bloodborne in the DVD. It never got patched. It never got anything. I just put the DVD in. It never connected to the internet. It was never connected, and so that is how I see it. If it's physical, I have no problem buying physical media, like a physical PC game that's a Steam game or something that's just gonna give me a key if it's cheaper than the um, the digital, because it used to happen often on Steam games and stuff like that, that you'd see, like, I don't know, Doom or something in a store for like $5. And so if I was going to get any of this, I would not be getting these NFT things. I don't care about the coin. I would rather have them take out the coin and this lenticular thing, put a manual in there. I don't love manuals, but I think it's a little bit of a value, and that's just my view overall, that stuff should be there for a good reason, and not just to throw some stuff in there to make it collectible for the sake of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's I know some people like they have little figures and different things. Gen X Gamer was just talking about buying these like steel cases for games and stuff. People collect that stuff. Many people like that. Me personally, I just don't care at all about that. Again, talking about the product itself, there is one thing I really believe, and that's the one thing I missed in my reaction video. These games need to have clearly written somewhere in this box that an internet connection is required, and
Yeah, I agree.
that it's a code in a box, basically, because what this is a NFT code in a box.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on this. Otherwise, I think I think it actually looks nice. I think $20 is reasonable, even if it's just a little RFID code comes with the, because I mean, let's be honest, that's the target audience. The target audience is not someone who's buying the game, right? There, people are buying the box, the collectible thing, the emotional thing involved in it, and so I think for the target audience, it is okay. I don't think it looks horrible or anything. I don't like the cardboard that like Tommy said, that plastic is flimsy and this and that, but it doesn't usually it doesn't break. It doesn't wear down as much. Cardboard, my experience is it doesn't last as much. So
Well, these are
for the
100% biodegradable cardboard.
Yeah, he
I
said
don't
recyclable.
understand that, because Tommy said it's recyclable, and then John Riggs said it's biodegradable, which are two completely different things. And what would actually be useful is if it's recycled materials and not
Right.
recyclable materials, because recyclable materials is very easy to make. And if everything's recyclable, that still doesn't mean we're protecting nature at all. If those things just get thrown in the trash can and burned. You see, what you need to do is to recycle stuff that is already recyclable, because there's so much out there. So, but
Hopefully, you don't
that's
have too much steam in your house, and then your cardboard boxes break down.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Leo makes a good, like, brings up a good point about the online. I think if that's not, if we're gonna have to deep dive into those boxes if they showed better close-ups, but that is a big point to make, because I remember when Titanfall came out, I didn't realize that, like, back then, that Titanfall, when that dropped on, I think 360, I bought it for, was online only, and I was kind of upset about that. At the price point that I paid, I said to myself, I probably would have waited a little bit longer if I would have known that it didn't have any kind of offline mode with bots, or some kind of other mode to, single player mode to play. And a game like that, you need to let people know, hey, look, you need an internet connection to get these games. Otherwise, there are going to be families out there who buy this and end up with an Amico and a box of games, or a game or two, and they can't play them. I know that seems odd to some people, but hey, I don't have internet. I run everything off my phone, or tethered off my phone. And right now I can't even do that because my phone's so messed up that it won't even let me jump on other devices. So right now, I don't have devices. I can't connect at least my devices through my phone. We can do it through other phones, but I would guarantee there are families out there who don't have stable internet or internet connection. So that is something that a disclaimer does need to go onto that box. So makes a good point.
I agree. Like I said, I got some ordered, so we'll have some in 7 to 10 days. He said they should be at the house. We'll be able to check them out up close. I'm not going to take the plastic off, so we're not going to look at all of it. Hopefully, there's a front and back, depending on how they wrap it up. But what I wanted to say was, I hope that they clear up the NFT issue, because, as you know, it's actually kind of expensive to have a blockchain server to have transfers through blockchain. And Tommy wasn't clear whether or not the person doing the transfer of the physical product is going to pay, or if Intellivision is going to pay for that. And that could be a big issue, considering that if every time you want to give away your game or sell your game to somebody, you have to pay like a $5 fee or something. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Or if you want to take it to a friend's house, untether it from your Amico, tether it on theirs, it's $5, and back and forth.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I just assumed that you'd be able to, just transfer it over, though. So if there is a transfer fee, that would be unfortunate.
Yeah, I didn't understand. In my video, I even made the question, like, how does it actually work? They said that one person would be able to just, if you buy a game and that game is still on someone else's console, you just install it in your game and it's gonna take it out of the other person's console. So if you transfer the ownership of the physical media, right, like that can be used for the transfer. But if the other person isn't connected to the internet anymore, then that other person would just keep the game. So what you could do is you buy all these 8 games and you put them all into one Amico, connected to the internet, put them all in that Amico, and then disconnect it from the internet, and you keep those games forever, and then get the next one and you put all the games in, and then disconnect it, and then you can even sell those games again. So they didn't explain how they would deal with that.
From my understanding, the only way to transfer it to a new Amico would be to unconnect it from the previous one. So even if you download it on one, disconnect from the internet, in order to upload it on a new one, you would have to take it off the old one.
I mean, it's basically going to work like how like Skylanders worked. I mean, you weren't able to you were able to use your Skylanders at other people's houses, but they weren't able to have that Skylander registered in their collection unless you disabled it from your console. So I would assume that it's going to work in the same manner, but you're
Yeah.
definitely going to have to go online and switch it over. You know what I mean? It's going to have to delete from whatever they have gathering your information so that they know that you're not, putting it on your console, obviously, and then another console.
Yeah,
Oh.
Beefy's right. It would have been nice to have seen it work in action to give us a little demonstration. Odd that they didn't do that. But
I mean,
if there is a fee,
we
here's
knew
what
it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, but here's what I'm thinking: if there's a fee, and this is free advice for the Intellivision team, if there is a fee, Intellivision should not pay it, because you're going to get people that are just transferring it back and forth, racking up fees that Intellivision is paying, and you're going to end up paying out the nose for some asshole that's just taking it off, putting it back on just to fucking troll you. So make sure that you're not paying the fee in Intellivision. Make sure that the person transferring is paying the fee if you are actually using an NFT blockchain.
I have the impression that NFTs, if you have a low amount of blocks overall, it's much cheaper. So considering we're talking about 50,000 games here, and I I kind of think like this might be it, as far as physical media goes for the Amico. This really could be all there ever is. So
Yeah, and then they can say that they delivered on their promise, right? They just get
yeah,
these
sure.
few games out, and then that's it. You never have to
And
hear about it again.
I kind of have the impression. I mean, it's no dig on them, and also no speculation. But I kind of have the impression. It's just a personal impression that like they are actually fighting just to get it out there. And at this point, like if they'll be very happy just to get those 100,000 units they said in the beginning out there, if they can go there. So I'm not even sure they're really worried about whether this is actually really going to work, because it in a couple years, like they're not gonna be necessarily maintaining the servers for 10 years or whatever. I
No,
mean,
it's not going to happen. But look at it this way. Definitely what Tony's done. Tony just told you that he's gone and purchased 8 of these. I mean, Gen X Gamer has claimed that he wanted to get 16 of these. Guys like DJC were probably, he said himself that he wanted to get as many as he could. So I would at least see him getting 2 sets of these, 1 set that he can open and 1 set that he can keep closed. There are guys out there that are going to gobble these up. So I do see these selling well, and at least maintaining them for a little while so that we can see that console come out. Now, the debate on whether or not that console is going to last, I still think it's going to be, it's not going to get past a year unless they really start, moving forward with content and showing things and coming out with games that people are excited about and not trashing all the time. So
I do know that someone calculated how much money they stand to make if they sell them all, and it's around $1 million. How much of that is profit is up for debate, I guess, considering I guess they would have to pay something to the developers, possibly, shipping, having all the stuff made, having it all shipped over here.
And then let's say even if they made 500,000 profit, maybe half that, like I wouldn't expect it to be much more than that. Even if they made that, I mean, look how fast they've blown through money. So how much would it really be helping them if they, even if they sold their 50,000 units that they have? So You know, there's so many things to really kind of talk about, even after they sell those.
Beefy says, I love how there's discussion how long it will last when it hasn't even made it to the start yet.
Oh, but that is exactly what I said, actually. My perception of this, and if Intellivision wants to correct that, I invite them to please correct that. But my perception is they are actually struggling just to get to that point where they make that initial run of 100, right? And so that's why I say my whole point is they don't seem to even be that much worried about, because they are so focused on just actually getting to to start. I think that's going to be a big win for them at this point. Like if they start, because if you look at the offices, look at all the people they have on board, even if they sell all of these, they are not sold out in Europe yet, these physical, but even if they sell everything and they make 1 million, like what does 1 million get them through a couple months?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's not going to
they've burned
solve
through so
them.
much.
It's not going to solve their issues.
No, not at all. But I do have a surprise for Gary and Leo and everybody watching.
Ooh, I love surprises.
You see, if you go to YouTube, if you go to anything, I mean, you can go to any web page and you can hit Control U, that takes you to the source code of the page. But on YouTube, if you do it on YouTube, you can go to the keywords, which are the tags on the video. So we're going to take a look at the tags for this last video, and maybe we'll see some interesting things.
Collector's special edition.
Oh, come on, Gary. If it was just that, do you think I would even be mentioning it?
No. There's going to be something I'm going to be wowed by.
We're all going to be wild. All right, let's see. Now, it's hard for you guys to read, so I'm sorry, because it is small. I'll try to highlight it here. It's got keywords: Intellivision, Amico, Tommy Tellerico, video games, retro, Atari. We expect that. Now it starts getting interesting. Nintendo, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox, Series X. So he's listing all the current systems and everything, Now, after
some
Series
people
X,
may.
Go ahead, Gary.
I said some people may call that piggybacking.
And the next one, yes, Dorkalicious got that right. It says "See You Podcast."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one's good. That's a good one.
He's got OEB Pete, Family Arcade Video Game Developer, Metal Jesus Rocks, Earthworm Jim, Family Entertainment, Physical Products, Collectible. Scroll over. Coin, Limited Edition, Collector's Edition, John Riggs, NFT, Blockchain. And once again, here's the next one. Going to get really interesting.
Is there any? Oh wow, yeah, she's a big YouTuber. There's no Geek Getaway in here.
No, iJustine got 7 million subs on YouTube. And the next name, Marquise Brawley, 14.8 million subs on YouTube. Perhaps these two individuals were the big YouTubers that Tommy's been hinting at.
I could definitely see iJustine
That could be it.
Reviewing one of these and picking one of these up for to show off, and if he could get like her, even her alone, I think would help tremendously. I'm surprised that none of the guys that have been going all out hardcore, and I understand they're smaller channels, but then again, why would you be I understand why they're like talking to guys like DJC and other smaller channels, but it's kind of why not just tag everything in there that you can? I mean, is there a limit?
I'm not sure if there's a limit, but the next one is AARP, mom, and then kids. And that was
That's
on the last
interesting.
video. But wait, there's more. Because, I decided when I found those, I said, let's take a look at the other ones, some of the other videos. So let me get this all set up.
I think the CU podcast is the best tag in there.
Mother. Oh, shit. Fucking computer's freaking out because the source is so fucking big. Yes, that's what she said, guys. Everything was all set to go before fucking showtime, and now everything wants to fuck up.
Well, I mean, the thing with no, this is something. The thing with the influencers, probably there are a couple issues. Like one of them is this thing where you're gonna release the console 10/10/2020. You start talking to influencers, and you talk to them. You're gonna have a video at this date, and then comes the date, and we need to actually delay this, and then you do it again and do it a third time. And maybe it is possible these influencers took a look around at what's actually happening around Intellivision, and maybe they got word on some, linked some of the stuff that Tommy writes online and stuff, and they're kind of like, hey, maybe you could find other influencers to talk about this. And he was like, oh fuck, I lost them anyway, so let's just do this with John Riggs and smash JT and whatever, and let's pin it on the haters, right? Because that's basically what they did. Like, oh, you guys are just bothering us all the time and accusing us, so we're gonna show it to you, and we're not gonna do it with the big guys. I'm just speculating this, but it seems reasonable that could be one of the things that happened.
All right,
Yeah.
this is from the Boomers video. We got Intellivision, Amico, Tommy, video games, Atari, Nintendo, Wii, Switch, PS1, PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, CU podcast once again. So it's not the first time that Tommy's used it. OEB Pete, Family Arcade, video game developers, Earthworm Jim, website. That's one of his tags, just website. Demonstration, Playing the Amico, Family Entertainment, Revolutionary, Boomers, in Irvine, California. So he has used the CU podcast at least on 2 occasions.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
And this next one that I'm going to get up, I forget what video this is from. But I don't think it really matters what video it's from. You're going to have to trust me that it is from a Intellivision official video. But we got Intellivision, Amico, Tommy Tellerico, video games, retro, Atari, Nintendo, Wii, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox, Series X, CU podcast again, OEB Pete, Family Arcade, video games, game developer. This is the museum one. Metal Jesus Rocks, Earthworm Jim website again, National Video Game Museum demo demonstration, Playing the Amico, Family Entertainment, Revolutionary, E3, Game Fest, Jeff Keighley again, but spelled differently, and Pat Contry.
Is okay. So are those in alphabetical order, or does it surprise you that CU podcast made it in before iJustine?
They're not in alphabetical order. They're in the order that you put the tags in. I think this is the E3 video.
So does it surprise? Would it surprise you that So whoever was typing this out put the CU podcast before those big on the main one on before iJustine and the other guy. The other guy I'm not familiar with. So
Marquise Brownlee.
yeah. Because they're nowhere near as big as like iJustine's got millions of subscribers, doesn't she?
Yeah, I think if you look at all the tags, it seems like the first chunk is repeated in all the videos.
Right.
So the Steve podcast might have been in there already. They just copy pasted and then added the stuff at the end.
That makes more sense.
Because
I'm surprised they weren't doing that from the beginning, though.
This one has Pat Contry, RGT85, Spawn Wave, Switch Pro, GameStop, and E3 Expo right at the end of the video. For the tags.
Now remember, they're not targeting retro gamers at all, right?
Not targeting retro gamers, but apparently they're trying to get some of the CU podcast. They're riding that the back of Pat's coattails.
That's got to make him feel good. That's got to make these guys feel good.
I'm a little upset they don't got Geek Getaway or TonyTGD or any of us in there. Haters did not make it to the big time, I guess.
Nope, not at all. Which begs the question: Is Pat still a hater? Have they cleaned up their fight? Is all forgiven?
I don't think all's forgiven. All right, Wiley. See you later. I missed it when you were taking off.
Later.
Do you want to take a look at the John Riggs video?
Yeah, I would like to say one thing though about this video from Intellivision. This announcement that I found it really good actually. Like compared to other things that I saw, this time they didn't put just a bunch of images of their YouTubers, reacting to it. Tommy just really showed everything that's in the box.
Really
Talked
quickly
about
too.
how it works. He said clearly that it needs to download from the internet, and then after that, it doesn't need the internet anymore. Like, I found that really good. I think this is a big step in the right direction for them. I wish they would have been doing this for longer.
From the get-go. Yeah.
Yeah. And I hope they just clarify these questions that we have, like about how to transfer the games and stuff like that, right? I hope they have clearly written in the box so that people who didn't, because anyone who watched this announcement will clearly know what this is and what this isn't, as far as the physical aspect and the download of the internet. So I think that's great. But people who didn't watch the video will have to know that too, right? But I really think it has to be said that I think this video is way better than almost maybe anything else that they ever produced. That definitely the best that I've seen, that I remember right now. Right, like the one that's clear that they just go there and say what they need to say and be done with it.
Yeah, it was straight to the point.
I agree. Yeah, I think we touched on it last night. Me and Tony talked about that's what they needed to do, and if they did that, it would be good publicity for them for once. So yeah, they did what we kind of thought they would do, and they knocked it out of the park for once.
Yeah, and now to see Scullet Riggs. Let's see what he has to say.
How are you feeling? You got John Riggs here with some pretty exciting stuff today. This is the 8 physical products from the Intellivision Amico. And we're going to open up a couple of these to show you what's inside. And I know other times in the past, some articles have said that it's physical media.
You gotta cut that hair.
It's not quite that. And once you see what's inside, you'll see what I'm talking about.
I just want to say, John Riggs right there says, some articles have said it was physical media. No, Tommy in the past has said it was physical media.
The very beginning.
Articles. Right? I mean, he makes it sound like a journalist or people writing articles were the ones that came up with the physical media angle. No, it was Tommy. Let's put the blame where it belongs.
I mean, did they even say, like, even in that video that we watched the back in January, didn't they tag it physical media?
Yeah, reaction to physical media.
Okay, so there you go. That could have been clarified in that, and it wasn't. So it was switched. And like you said, Tommy said that from the very beginning. So it is what it is.
With the sounds of my son eating breakfast cereal in the background, because it's a Saturday morning, what else are you going to do on a Saturday morning except for play video games and eat breakfast cereal? Darren, what is it? What are you eating?
You want cereal?
You want more cereal? Okay. I do want to let you know up front, I'm not sponsored or endorsed by Intellivision. I'm not a financial backer, but I did receive these for the purpose of this video, so thank you. You know, I was just in Southern California for that Rarity movie premiere, and while I was there, I was staying with my friend Steve.
Yeah, I already know what you're going to say.
I don't think you know what I'm going to say, Gary. What I was going to say was, are these included in the 50,000? Or is it now 50,001 boxes?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say those are included, right?
Because, I mean, I know he has some and Smash JT has some. So, you know, every box is one more taken off the pile, one more sale that they're not getting.
It's true.
So I'm wondering
pretty
if
sure
these were
it's
made extra for
included.
them. Was that Leo?
I'm pretty sure it's included. I think these are 8 less from those 5,000.
Dave says Riggs looks sick. I think he's just a little upset. He probably got yelled at by Tommy for spoiling the surprise, what was inside.
That's a pandemic haircut.
No, Riggs' hair is retreating. It's put in the white flag and it's trying to get away.
So bad.
Steve DeLuca, and we had Tommy Tallarico come over to his place, hook up the Amico, so we could check out a couple of these new games and then tell me more about this. So I'm basically just going to regurgitate the information I have on this. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you can drop them in the comments. Or Intellivision proper, the actual YouTube channel, is also doing a similar video that I'm sure will have way more information than I do. We especially had fun with this game here. The belly laughs from myself and Steve were infectious. I loved it.
And this one's interesting. So you got a nice, dude.
Blow you up.
Dude! You got crushed.
There's honestly no reason for this video to drag on longer than it needs to. So for the first unveil, da-da-da-da. If you're an old school Intellivision fan, this right here will look very familiar. But when you purchase one of these boxed editions, this is what you get here. And I think it's all right. You get this lenticular card, just kind of a fun, anyway, in lieu of an instruction manual. I hope you can see that there. And then on the back, tells you a little bit more about the game and everything. You also get
Just for Riggs. Oh no. What happened?
Are we good? I hear you. I don't hear Tony.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Tony?
Damn.
Did we lose you, Tony?
Oh, fuck. I forgot to unmute my mic. What I was saying.
I hear you again.
Chappie says, what was the innovation that hasn't been seen since the 90s?
None.
Bored.
Because, you know, according to the video we watched, Retro Bro says, hasn't been done since the 90s, guys. So, coins?
And clearly all this other stuff has been done. Coins been made for a long time. Lenticular cards have been, like I said last night, been plastered on Slurpee cups for years. And the NFT RFID card here is no different than Skylanders, Amiibos, Toys to Life genre. So nothing really new. Not that that's it's bad or anything. I mean, I'm okay with this presentation here, but it wasn't the revolutionary type product that they were boasting it to be. So
yeah. What was with JT claiming to have the exclusive reveal with his video when Riggs dropped his just before or at the same time? I don't know. I didn't see Smash's video yet. There probably was miscommunication once again as to who was going to release their videos first and when. They probably gave Riggs and Smash times to release their videos, but didn't clarify as to the the time zones, because I think Riggs and Smash are in different time zones. So Riggs probably released his too early. That's my thought anyway.
Okay.
Look at this coin. You got the Intellivision Running Man on one side with a little bit of the frames of animation circling around it. And then the other side is featuring the game. And this game happens to be a game called Finnegan Fox. And it's not the first time games have done coins before. I think Signature Edition was one where when I purchased some games at PAX, they gave me a coin representing each game too. So it's just kind of a fun little, they didn't need to include this. They didn't. They did. But I'll take it. It's unfortunate for me that it's not the side.
Pause the video and then go back to where he does a close up on that coin. I'm gonna just bitch a little bit about this.
The front side or the back?
Does it right there is fine. Does that look like already scratched up and doesn't look like nice and coated? It kind of looks like a little cheap.
Let's go high def and check it out.
I thought so too, actually. When I saw it, it was kind of like, the finish is not the greatest.
No, not at all. And I just wanted to point that out. Not that it's a super big deal, but it's just something like the boxes I noticed yesterday. As a collector, it's kind of just a little minor gripe that it's not going to be nice and shiny, and it's just kind of eh.
Yeah, I seen somebody on Reddit like broke down the boxes and like the fucking spacing on all the lettering and why this shit was wrong and this was too high and this was too far to the left. I was like, God damn, these people are, I think I'm a little obsessive sometimes, but people on Reddit were fucking like measuring the size of the letters, and I was like, shit.
Yeah, stuff like that doesn't bother me. I just wanted to point it out that it's not like the cleanest, polished looking coin ever. So expect that going in, but it still looks okay. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's probably gonna stay in the box anyway, so I don't think no one's ever gonna notice.
Right.
And it's not the first time games have done coins before. I think Signature Edition was one where when I purchased some games at PAX, they gave me a coin representing each game too. So it's just kind of a fun little, they didn't need to include this. They didn't. They did. But I'll take it. It's unfortunate for me that it's not the size of an arcade token. Maybe it's better for that's not, because then then you won't spend it or whatever. But it won't quite fit in my quarter holder. So it's like, ah. It's all right. So it'll just stay in the packaging. Here's a true test. Does it do that cool flippy sound when you flip the coin? Let's see if we can listen. Yeah, probably does. Is that pretty fancy? And then finally, we have the game itself, which you'll recognize, again, like I said, because it looks like the old Intellivision games. It's just like a business card size thing. But I just thought, I was like, okay, that makes sense.
What does it say? Tap card to... Fuck.
Were you seeing that in the middle?
Yeah, right in the middle. There's words on the card.
It does say tap card. I can't read what's underneath. Oh, that's
tap
worse.
Card to RFID.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it goes.
It's got the faux angled to make it kind of look angled.
Yeah, that's why at first I was like, oh, wow, they did a cartridge.
Yeah, I think they should have had a little picture on the top part.
Well, I mean, then it wouldn't really look like an actual cartridge. Right. They wanted it because if they split it in half, it probably wouldn't look as good. I really think they maybe should have foregone that. I probably would have liked to see it on the Finnegan Fox looking lenticular card would have been a lot better. But then again, I guess they don't want you to ruin that card, and this is the card that's gonna, you see some use when you're tapping it to use it, and then undoing it, maybe taking it to your friend's house or selling it or whatnot. This is what's gonna get the most use out of the box. So hopefully it's just durable and it can stand up, but it's just gonna be like cardboard with the little tiny chip in it. So
Dracovania says, "Did you notice that Tommy had John Alvarado sitting down in the video in order to not look shorter than him?"
No, I didn't. I didn't pick that one out.
That's fair.
That makes
though.
sense. You probably already figured out what this is for, and you'd be right. When you have your system turned on and plugged into the internet, and I'm going to get back to that in a second, you simply tap it on top, like where the two controllers go. There's a section there. In fact, that section literally looks like that, the RFID. You do that, the game downloads, and then that digital game is connected to your Intellivision Amico. Once it's done, it never needs to be online ever again. You do not need to have your Intellivision Amico connected to the internet to play the games that you've downloaded. It does need to be connected so we can download in the first place using this card. But then once you have it, if the internet goes out, you can still play your digital games, which is nice because my wife and I share accounts. Well, she'll have her own games, but I can still download them to her PlayStation. You know what I'm talking about? And then if the internet goes out, I can't play those anymore. Sure, you're like me, and I immediately had questions, namely being, what's to stop someone from putting the game on their Amico and then selling this at GameStop or trading it to a friend or something like that when they already have the game, and then this is preventing them from downloading the game again, or whatever the case is. Well, I'm not going to show you the whole number. That number is tied to this specific.
He doesn't want you to steal his NFT token.
Well, here's the thing, Tony. I don't think GameStop will ever take these in simply for the fact that it would be such a hassle for them to have to hook up an Amico and make sure and check that you could resell these. A place like that will probably never take these back. So
I'm going to disagree with you on this, because if it's RFID, I think it would be really easy for them to set up a app on the phone that you could just read it, with an RFID reader or something, scan it, and it'll let you know if it's active or not. I'm sure they could figure out something between Intellivision and GameStop or wherever. What do you think, Leo?
I think, well, I think we should keep hearing what he has to say, because I remember more or less, and I really understand how this works from his explanation. I think it could work. I agree with you as far as like you could have either a specific machine or just a cell phone reading this. That's not that hard. That, the problem is if someone sorry, do play the video.
Are those screws?
it looks that way, don't it? Those would be some tiny screws. It's not really that thick, so I don't know.
I'll try to take a look here on my computer so I can see this.
Can you zoom in? Are they just like faux-looking screws? I think that's what that maybe a picture of screws, because.
But why even?
I don't know. Those would be some tiny screws. How thick? That's only the size of like a little thicker than a credit card, right? Yeah. Those would be some tiny screws.
They can't do anything without some like weird, just like, what the fuck are those things on there? Fucking reeks.
For this specific game. Meaning, if you do happen to get it and the game is still linked to someone else's account, you can tap it again and it will unlink it from the other account. And I still have more questions beyond that. And then let's say, for instance...
Okay, so it sounds like even if it's linked to another account, you tap it once and it'll say, hey, it's linked to Gary's. Do you want to tap it again and fuck Gary over? Hell yeah. Now Gary doesn't have it no more.
Yeah, but how is that possible unless I connect to the internet? How would it know?
Exactly.
I can understand. Okay, so it's the same thing with like Xbox. So if I take my account and I go transfer my account to somebody else's Xbox and we're playing games on there, my system is still theoretically usable offline until I connect to the internet.
Well, I think when you double tap it and it takes it off of yours, then Tommy goes to your house and forces you to reconnect to the internet. Like, fucking connect it.
That could work.
You get a knock at the door from TT.
That could work. Hey, that's exactly what I was talking. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's exactly what I was talking about before. Like, because I was remembering what John Riggs said. So either GameStop gets the game, and for them to be able to sell this game, the it's like the console will have to have this like disconnected this card from the console, right?
Right.
Or the people who originally had the game, as long as they don't connect again, they will keep the game.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you, Tony, and I'm going to put up a little scenario. Here's why I don't think they'd sell it. Let's say that they kind of GameStop just half-asses it when they check these cards. What's to stop somebody now from taking that home, saying, "Ooh, I'm going to scan it, get the game," and then, granted, they could probably figure this out. Go take it back to GameStop and be like, "Hey, wait a minute. I scanned it and it never scanned on my system. You sold me a card that was already used." I just think it would be a huge headache for GameStop to go and take these in used.
Here's what I'm thinking. I think maybe when they tap it the second time, it'll come up a message, cannot unlock it from Gary's because he's too poor to afford internet. And then it'll be like, "Oh, sorry, I can't buy this off you. You can't trade this one in." So I think if you're not connected to the internet in the scenario, and then they try to unlock it from yours, they'll just won't take it. They'll be like, "Oh, we can't unlock it. We can't trade it in."
That makes a good point. That's a good point.
Totally. But that's the thing. So on eBay, the value of a used Amico physical thing will be basically zero, because
Having Amico Day says GameStop will be out of business anyway.
I thought about that long ago, and they're still kicking. So
yeah, they're selling pop figures and Pokemon cards. So
toys, yeah, statues, figures.
X360 Dev Nerd says, when you're offline and someone tries to deactivate your card, Tommy comes and beats your teeth in as a lesson. Chappie says, we're all postulating what might happen, but I bet Intellivision has no idea either, because that would suggest they know what they're doing.
They haven't looked that far into it.
Yeah, I actually think in a certain way, it's like, it's what I was saying before. I think it's like, oh, but what if, they're like, fuck it. What if?
Yeah, they didn't, they went as far to have the idea, but they didn't go down the road of the branching what ifs.
I think I remember at one point, Tommy was like, it's only $10. Like, if you got scammed out of $10, like, oh, well, it's only $10.
Yeah, well, now they're $20.
So maybe they'll just be like, well, you buy it off of eBay. It's not their problem anymore. It's between you, eBay, and the seller.
I would say that if these games would have held at like $5 to $7 digitally, and this would have been a $10 package, that would have been a pretty nice package for $10.
Yeah, it might. But I don't know if they could afford all that for $10. X360 says, Tommy calls you at 3 a.m. Hey, bud, can you turn your Wi-Fi on? Something about NFT. It's like the car warranty people. He just keeps calling you. We want to talk to you about your NFT. We've been trying to reach you, sir. Let's try to get through this. We never get through a fucking video in like one shot.
Since, down the road, it's inevitable. The servers go down. Happened recently when the Nintendo Wii Shop went down, He said there's other servers or side servers or something involved. So even if the servers are down, you're still able to get the game that you need to put on your system. We'll see, is all I can say about that. We'll see. And these cards are literally...
Wow.
Why is it... Why does it always got to be a jab towards Nintendo? You never hear them jab towards Xbox. You never hear them jab towards Sony. It happens with almost all companies. It is a thing that happens. Servers go down. They go down. They go down on World of Warcraft. They go down on Steam. They go down everywhere. Okay. Why does it specifically Nintendo? Like they're waging a war with these guys.
No, but what he means, and I think he's right about that, because I think for Nintendo, it's like the Wii, you can't buy games on Wii or download them at all anymore. I think even Nintendo DS, the DSi stuff is all fucking
the
dead.
360 is about to is the 360 Xbox Live Arcade still up, or is that went down a while back, didn't it?
Did it?
I
I'm
don't
not
have
sure.
360.
I mean, I haven't checked and I haven't plugged in my 360 in such a long time. I
Mine
heard
is
something
plugged,
about that going, but Sony didn't the games on the PSP just recently run up?
No,
They run them back.
That was Backlash, and it's still up.
But that's only for like a while, right?
Yeah.
Something like
But
that.
Nintendo's already down on a
I mean,
couple of stuff already.
eventually these servers are gonna go down completely. I can't imagine that the PSP servers will stay up in 50 years. I mean, at some point, these games will be unobtainable on the platform that they're on, and that is one of the bigger, questions and the reasons why, like, I collect physical media. So,
well, here's the interesting thing. He says that Intellivision has side servers and other servers in case the main servers go down, right? But why would you need a side server? Just keep the main server up. Why pay for a second server?
But this is the thing. He says, I think John Riggs is being incredibly it's like honest and fair in this video, because he says, like, we'll see about that, which is basically he's saying, it's like, I mean, they say it, but
we'll see.
I mean, because obviously if the company's out, if the company's dead, who's gonna fucking pay for anything? Nobody.
It's all gonna go down.
I mean, there are not gonna be any servers. Forget it. If the company goes out of business, there are not gonna be any servers, period. That's
right.
obvious.
And all that's going to be in the legal jargon that, sure, this is all available while the company's up and running. But once the company's done or goes under or whatever, it's fair game. There's nothing we can do about it. We delivered the products that we said we were going to deliver. We didn't say we were going to stay open for 6. We didn't say the company was going to thrive and the Amico was going to do well for past 6 months or a year. So, and that's why I've been, more critical on that aspect of the Amico and Intellivision over other things like controller lag and games and whatnot. Well, I mean, games have to, they obviously factor into that, because without the games, how is the company going to thrive? But you know what I mean? I've been more critical on that, week in and week out with Tony on the stream on Saturdays.
Yeah. Maybe they're going to use the server in Hillary Clinton's basement.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That's not being used.
That means it'll be open for everybody to see, right?
Business card sized. So not that you need to, but if you happen to have something like a Ridge wallet, you can literally store your games and something like that if you wanted to. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to, but this is one of those options that I considered. And the best thing about these games is you get your magic trick, right? And then here's another game here, Bastard. Plays a lot like a Bomberman, the same idea inside too. Oh, and there's stuff on the back too, of course. Got the lenticular card, another coin. This is a Dynablaster coin, and then of course the thing to put the game on here. And again, too, with the Intellivision Amico, the games are linked to your system, which is also linked to your controller.
Let me
as well. So if you bring the controllers to someone else's place and you tap your controller onto their system, then that Amico, while you're there, already has the games that are already on your system, which is kind of interesting. And I like that idea. I like the idea of like traveling to someone else's place and not carrying like your system and your controllers and your games and all this other stuff. It's just one thing. It's all you need. Just need that controller. Need to point out too that these packages are biodegradable. Neat. So again, you can't call these physical media because it's not physical media. Now, sure, I would have preferred if they had a little port with a box and you can actually plug a physical cartridge into it. That would be awesome. Especially if it worked for old school Intellivision games and these newer games, I would have loved that more than anything.
So,
but to
Tony,
me, that's also like asking Nintendo to release a port where I can
What's
play
up?
my physical.
so so the whole talking point of bringing a controller over to somebody's house is now negated because it's easier to just bring the card to somebody's house?
No,
I
no,
think it's
because
free if you bring a controller.
What's that?
no, but there is more. Like the controller, it does exactly what, just like, the controller does exactly what going to someone's house and logging into your PlayStation account does.
Right.
But it uses the controller as an RFID, so you don't have to type in your password and stuff like that. And the RFID card is a transfer thing. You would have to transfer this over to that person's console and then transfer it over when you go to your. It's completely different. And this taking the controller works for the digital games.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true. I mean, the card would only work for the one game, whereas the controller would work for all your games.
Well, with a Ridge wallet, you could hold all of your.
But not every game is going to be physical.
Right, I understand that. Yeah. Well, at least half of them are.
But then again, Tom did say you would be able to back up your games on an SD card. So why wouldn't you just bring over the SD card full of games? It's all confusing. I don't fucking know.
All right, let's finish this video.
Snyder says, "Yeah, this all sounds real simple for Grandma to play. Shit, it's too confusing for me to play. I'm lost."
NES carts on the Nintendo Switch. It's not going to happen. And these carts are about the size of an NES game.
Oh, okay.
About
Nice
the same
comparison.
size. And then putting them up on the shelf and everything like that. I mean, they look fine. Because they're smaller, they might stand out a little bit from what you also already
Hey,
have
got
on your
MXC.
shelf. And just a quick look at all 8 games. There's Finnegan
That
Fox
was a
here.
great show.
Looks like the fun kind of cartoony platforming
It
game I
is.
play on my Nintendo Switch. Got Dyna Blaster here. I mean, it's a great value Bomberman, but I mean, 4-player fun. I'm down. Ridge Force Redux Enhanced. There's even a 2-player option, kind of like R-Type. It'd be like if one controlled the ship and one controlled the pod thingy. That's like Invincible. It's kind of fun. Evil Knievel here.
He sounds so excited about those games. It's kind of fun.
He's got his hands on his face like he's bored.
It's a game. It works.
We got echo though, Tony.
What?
It
We got
should
more
be
echo.
from you, because me and Gary, we hear it.
I didn't
Just
hear
saying. Yeah, I could
What's
hear
that?
it, and Gary.
You said
We
there's an
got
echo?
echo on the video. Not you.
What?
You're fine. But the video got echo.
It's probably me. My mic's too close to the TV.
Yeah, okay. Maybe mute when you play the video and then unmute.
It's okay, Leo. You don't want to hear me talk no more.
And Steve and I had a lot of fun playing this game. Biplanes. Curious to check this one out. Hey, what about Brain Duel, huh? Kind of reminds me of those like Brain
What
Age
the hell
DS
was
games.
that?
The classic Missile Command. Yeah, you can't go wrong here. You got Moon Patrol. Love the art on this one.
What was what, Gary?
He did biplanes, laughed, and then it cut real quick. He was gonna say something, but he cut himself off.
It's like, oh, this is fucking garbage. Oh, shit. Edit.
Played a ton of Moon Patrol for the Atari 2600 and kind of bringing back those nostalgic vibes. I do wish they were a different color as well. Now, I'm not saying that the future versions won't be a different color, but it's like, oh, cool, and it's my favorite color, but it's like, it reminds you of like what Nintendo Switch is doing, where everything's red with just the basic text. Hard to tell which one's which, you know?
We got it this time. Come on, Steve.
I didn't get why he
No.
did this.
So he's complaining about the color. It's his favorite color, but he's like, He seems so excited about all this.
Well, I was really saying, I think he did a great job. Like, I think he was very
He's fair.
objective and honest and fair about this.
Well,
like
and that's why Riggs has stayed out of the. It's part of why Riggs has stayed out of the debate. So people started calling him a shill, and that was it. He cut it off. He hasn't talked about it in over a year, right? I mean, it's been a while since I've seen a Riggs video, and he's just tried to stay out of that light. Whereas like OEB Pete for a while couldn't be objective, and certain guys were not taking a step back and actually saying, okay, wow, I'm not covering this like I should. So I will give him credit for that. I think you're right, Leo. I think he's been very fair in this like preview of these. So I give him credit for that.
Yeah, I think after his big 5 reasons not to buy the Amico video flopped, I think he took a step back.
oh, he did that. That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that one. He did that. That was not good one. But this one's a good one.
It is. He seems so like bored of it, like he could care less.
Well, I mean, can you blame the guy?
Going down.
No.
Going to the first one here. Yeah, don't give it too much. Oh.
And concussion.
I mean, Evil Knievel looks
All right,
okay.
this time-
It's trials.
This time for real. What's your souped up
There you go. See, you
super
got
bike
it.
there? It's
Not
the
too much. All right.
it's the Kate.
Oh, I got the job.
I think these guys are doing this on purpose. Trials is not that hard of a game.
Yeah, the bar.
right.
With lag?
Yeah, okay, it might be having a little bit of lag.
I'm not kidding.
It never gets old, too. Like
No, I know,
playing
it's-
this game for a
hey,
year,
trust me.
It's still funny. Okay. Be careful. Oh, jeez. Okay.
All right.
There you go. Now give it juice. There you go.
Give it juice.
Oh! Ouch. All right.
They're having a little
Remember,
too
get
much
that
fun.
gas,
But not too much.
right? That was perfect. Okay.
All right.
And watch, you can crash into each other too. And then you're gonna hit. Oh, that's way too early.
Yeah, you're kind of right. Okay.
Oh, look at this guy though.
Bro.
500.
Are you serious?
Oh wait. Listen.
And that was John Riggs' video.
Not bad.
It lagged. Well, I'm sorry. Sometimes the shit lags.
Was he talking
Does that
about
mean
the
just talk
controller
through
or your
Amico?
video?
It's actually played a lot better than before. Before it used to like stop every like 5 seconds. So we're improving here on the show.
Yeah, the videos
So,
actually played pretty nice. Because I saw some streams where the videos were like loading all the time and buffering and lagging. And
should we? It's the TV. Yeah. It's the TV.
Blech.
Do we want to take a look at Smash's video?
I never want to look at Smash.
Oh, it's a
He
face
has
you'd
his
love
shirt
to
on.
punch, but we can't. Oh, does he? Okay, we're good.
There's going to be a whole bunch of videos because Retro Bros bringing back the Amico After Dark. Hey, Movie Max is on right now. Let's hijack his stream.
Hey, are you this, that, the other thing? It's like people, you should, if you watch me, you know, and if you don't watch me, like,
Well, there he
you know
is.
anyways. Even like when I was coming on this podcast, Max was like, "Oh, we want to get an investor on here," so that literally
Yeah,
disclosed
I
it to
honestly
people.
did. Yeah.
So that,
And even when I talked about the physical media today, I even mentioned the fact that I was ready to buy them regardless, just because I wanted to support the company. So
But I
that
guess
should
what I'm
already
gonna ask
indicate that I've had a positive experience with it, and I'm going to be biased towards supporting the company.
what I'm
I
getting
stated
at,
that
though,
up front and first. Now,
Well,
I happen to like the contents, but there's that as well.
I
So
just want to.
it's me defending myself a little
for my
bit.
own for my own good. I'm asking for your help. What can I do better? That's all I'm asking.
I mean,
Stop
I think he's
making
being
videos,
fair there,
Smash.
but and I know it's hard to get a word in, Rhea, on the panel, and you're doing great. Props to Rhea.
Yeah. And again, like, this is me trying to, speak any sort of, I don't want to like critique anyone's, manner of how they deliver their content, because it's going to be through your personal, like, experiences with console, or your own personal perception of, the direction that the company is going. That is, also intertwined, like, your person connected to it, whether it be through individuals or just, your experience with the console. For me, like, I don't have any of that.
Is there a way I could be better, or is it just kind of, it comes with the territory, is what you're saying?
I mean,
Tony
like,
Given,
for
would
me,
you have a $2 or a
I
$5
think, like, going
donation?
back to what I was saying about
Super chat?
when there is,
Oh, that's a $2.
criticism, like someone
Oh,
like
okay.
me who is a supporter of the company and has given the money and expecting products from it. When I hear your endorsement of the company, and you're being very, like, transparent about your personal investment, whether it be through friendship and financials and things like that, the presentation of criticism, but then getting, like, a defensive sort of, well, this happened and this happened,
Yeah,
like,
Days,
there's
it's,
like,
stream
these are
session.
challenging
Yep.
times, things like that. Like, the presentation of an argument when confronted with criticism is, I think, another sort of negative point in the discourse that around Intellivision that I'm trying to navigate.
I think they're going
and have,
too hard on this, and we were
a
pretty
better
fair.
time understanding how can we, like, meet in the middle where, folks don't feel like they have to be defensive
I think they're all now
over,
realizing that I
their
just super
personal
chatted.
connection with the company, and just, give open space for that criticism from other folks who don't have that connection, like me, to just, say, yeah, you're totally right, things like that. So, like, instead of, like, being faced with criticism and, like, being defensive, maybe that will be your initial reaction, depending
I don't
how
think Max could
how
strike
the
me 'cause
criticism is
I'm
delivered. But
commenting
I'm saying
on
that
the video as we're watching it.
after you realize that you're being defensive, just
And I
say,
paid him
you know what,
$2.
yeah, you're right,
That's gonna strike me when I
or,
gave
like,
him
I can
$2.
agree with you on the X,
Paid
Y,
him
and Z, or,
$2.
give some sort of, like, concession to the other side, so that there isn't so much a head bash.
Have I not been doing that?
I personally don't follow your content, so I'm not 100% sure.
Well,
I mean,
and my question to you, Ray, is, I mean,
right now.
how do you
Right
respond to those? Because if you don't necessarily agree
I
with
wanna
the
add-
assessment, or you have comments or information that you think is relevant to that, say, criticism, right? Is it not okay to present that? Should you just say, no, okay, you're
Well, I
right?
wanna-
Or how do you respond to that then?
So, like, the criticism that I often see is that this is a scam, because, like, there's been different changes in the production of this console, where different features had to be changed or modified, or, like, hardware has to be swapped out for
Thanks,
other hardware,
Tony.
things like
Watching
that.
your stream,
Like,
watching.
so that's been an argument around, like, why this is a scam, and it hasn't, like, fulfilled anything, and it's been delayed, and it's continuously, like, crowdfunding for more money, things like that. All those have been criticisms from other folks that I've heard, time and time again, and I'm like,
Cover Smash.
yeah,
I had a sticky note.
I can't
Sorry,
argue
guys.
with you on that. Like,
think
I don't know
have
what,
I think I have
like-
an answer for this.
but I'm saying that
Go
that's
ahead.
an example of, like, when I hear that as someone who is a supporter of the console and who has paid money for it, but someone telling me X,
Yeah,
Y, Z
I'm bored
reasons
too,
why it's a scam, I'm just, like, sitting there going, well, like, a scam is kind of like an emotionally charged word in a lot of ways, and it's their interpretation of the current state of, like, the lack of
My anxiety
time.
has gone through the roof.
I don't think the Amico is
So
a
for
scam. I just
me,
think it's
as
been
someone
mismanaged.
who because of my own experiences,
lot.
like with crowdfunding products and not having an estimated time frame, I'm okay with, waiting 1 to 2 years and outwards for, products to come out. But that's because of my own personal experience. Other folks may be expecting to pre-order this console and have it come out in a few months, and they'll be, like severely disappoined because of the lack of
Hey, I didn't even notice
information
RJ's
around
here.
when they can expect it to come out. And they're not someone who's as clued in on like the daily, Amico news as
Daisy
much
says,
as I am. So my
Daisy's supposed to go
experience
on
and
their stream soon.
ability to navigate
some
that
point.
conversation is going to be different from someone else who is not as like plugged in as I am.
So I guess my response to a criticism like that is, if you feel it's a scam, if you've invested money in it, as in a pre-order, get your money back.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely get your money back. You can get your money back on the pre-order of the console. If you've ordered these physical products and they're in the middle of shipping to you, then see if you can return them. If not, then you physically bought a product and you're physically getting a product. You now have received that product. You own it now. It's yours. But if you feel it's a scam, don't buy it. If you've invested through Republic Co., then you invested. Investments are investments. That's something where that's like any stock option. You invest on the hopes and the belief that this is going to do well.
Well,
And if you don't believe that and you're not confident in that, then you should not have done the investment.
You know what's funny though?
I
they're
think
making these arguments,
some
and
along
all
the
of
path
them
that Ray was
are
saying is
pro
like
Amico.
some
So
new
who are they
people
arguing with?
to this Amico conversation.
I don't know
That's
why
why.
they're going
There's
so
a
hard. I
general
said that from the
consensus
beginning.
from new people coming
Today was
in
a good day for
that the pro
Intellivision.
Amico channels are
Oh, that's why
really taking things are
it's so
extremely
important
defensive
if
and
the
personal.
Intellivision is
They're missing the context
misleading,
of, though,
right?
that we've been covering this for so many years, that we've addressed all these criticisms from the people that keep coming back, that we've already told them our response, and they don't, potentially some do not accept our response. They keep coming back. So that's why we may
It's
give the
same on the other side, my
may
friend.
seem
Same on the other
defensive
side.
to outsiders looking in, is because we've addressed these exact same things over and over and over again to annoyance. Like, and so is Tommy, and that's probably why he's had some moments on social media as well.
God, this is
He's
fucking
addressed
boring.
everything.
After
He's
you answer the
addressed
same
everything.
question
He's been
a
on,
dozen times
yeah,
in a
that's
rational
why.
manner.
That's why to a newcomer it seems
Well,
like
let's
you're
be
being
clear.
extremely
If
defensive,
you
taking it
invested
personal,
in
but in
television,
reality, it's kind of an annoyance.
thinking
to
Jay
get
Allard
yes,
was on board,
answer
can
the
you
same
get your
question
money
for the
back?
100th time from the
You
same,
should be able
most
to.
likely the
No,
most same
Leo.
people
If you complain
in
about
some
Jay
cases,
Allard, you
and that's
haven't
why it
been
gets
listening.
frustrating. But it
And
does not
Tommy
look
already
good
said
to
that that was not
newcomers.
an issue.
It's not.
I
It's
agree.
not very
I
appealing.
absolutely agree.
It's not very appealing to new people coming in. Like
And
Ray.
to new people, that's a valid criticism, and it
Right,
can't
but
come up that
He
way.
was
And I
not.
agree
He was
with
not
Rhea from that
It's not a good.
professional.
It's
standpoint.
not a good
professional.
look, but
Yeah, not professional.
I was just gonna say I don't want to come off as defensive. I don't know if you were implying I was being defensive.
Oh,
when
you
asked
always
questions
come
like
off
that.
as defensive.
Instead of just saying, yeah, you're right, and here's why. Like, I was giving you my rationale on how I feel about
there is
it.
there's not you. It's not to single you out, Smash JT. It's
Okay.
a perception of the.
Do we want to
public
watch the
that
Smash
pro
JT video or
channels
continue
Gotcha.
watching the stream,
Okay.
guys?
Okay. I thought
Yeah,
It's
let's
not
watch
Ray,
that video really
it's not
quick.
Ray, the public.
This is
Yeah,
hurting my
I'd
brain.
rather do that.
Okay.
But it's both
That
sides.
absolutely
But it's both sides that are getting like
Yeah.
that because
But
you see.
I'm
I know
just-
Tommy is here. Tommy, I think his name is Tommy or something like that. He's hearing me. He's a hater of the.
Oh, he's talking about me now.
Hater. And no
Is he
matter
talking
what
about
you say
you,
to
Tony?
him, he's gonna. You can talk about any subject. He's gonna be against you no matter what. So
And the
most of
same
this-
questions.
They
those
don't
exact
watch
same
the
questions
stream.
That seems
You
like
guys
people are
don't
getting
watch our
defensive.
streams.
They ask those
Well,
questions
it is a, it
8,
is
10, 12 times in the same
Right.
stream
Well, they-
over and over and over and over again. And us not being professional PR people, because we're just YouTubers, right? I don't get paid to be a PR person. And I know I'm somewhat
That's why we seem
I'm
so defensive.
okay. I wouldn't even consider myself a face of the Amico, okay? I'm just a guy that
But it is
likes
a
the
problem,
console.
though. It is a problem.
Okay.
though.
You're not the face. Are you in any of the videos?
Is not very welcoming to newcomers because of the baggage of covering this for so long, and then the perception.
Yeah, see,
that we're
Retro
taking
Am I
Complex
wrong,
was
personally
Tony?
defensive.
Has Nick been
I
featured
do
in
have-
any of the
I
Intellivision
do
videos?
personally. I'm.
I think he was in
pre-ordered for
one
the
or
console
two
because
reaction
it's a new
videos.
console. I like collecting, and because
I can't hear
a
you
long time
over them.
I'm a Telrico fan back from his old shows. So, and I've said that.
I said I think he was in one or two reaction videos.
So official videos that Intellivision posted on their channel, right?
Yeah.
That would make you the face. Some would say that could possibly make you the face of Intellivision. You're not Tommy Tallarico, the face of Intellivision, but your face has been featured in their videos.
See, they want to be in the videos, but they don't want to take the heat for being in the videos.
Which is why they're over there like cannibalizing each other. Today was a good day. I don't know why they're going so hard. It's kind of crazy. Today's a good day, and they clearly don't watch our streams. I mean, how are you a hater if everything that you point out, like Tommy and the Smash Brothers thing, and then comparing that to what's going on today, that's not being a hater. They just don't like what's being presented. That's the only thing that's going on here. They don't like it.
Yeah, they don't like negativity or anything that paints Intellivision or Tommy in a bad light is hating because, he's got to be perfect because anything that threatens the console release is hating. Yeah, Mike Garcia said he also said they run some PR through them before it goes out. Yeah, the last big email, the Friday night email dump about the delay. I'm pretty sure Nick had mentioned that Tommy showed it to them before releasing it.
Yeah, so I know they want to try to distance themselves, but again, that's being highly disingenuous. So the videos are out there, but I don't know what you're claiming that you're not the face of Intellivision. No, you're not the direct face of Intellivision, but your face has been featured. You are on some of the videos. You have done a lot. You have been in a lot of the circles dealing with interviews with Tommy. Whether you like it or not, that's a fact, and you can't change that. And clearly, whoever was up in the top middle doesn't watch our videos because we've been nothing but fair with our take on everything. Yeah, we've been nothing but fair.
He got into it with me on Twitter a few times because he's a big Smash JT fan. He's like Smash's boy. So he say anything bad about Smash, he gets all upset.
It is what it is. I mean,
yeah. But to your point, Nick has been on a lot of streams where they're defending Tommy or running interference for him or whatever you want to call it.
And mind you, he was very he wasn't critical until after E3.
Yep.
He was very on that one side of the fence, and then when E3 came, it was now he was distancing himself from all of that the previous content.
Well, here's what I think. As for why you said they all seem upset, everybody says that they seem upset. They're yelling at each other, cannibalizing each other. Remember last night I said that they probably showed them a prototype because Nick had mentioned, Mike Mullis had mentioned that they saw a prototype of the physical media. I think they saw something different. And when the video came out, they realized their reactions make them look like jackasses. Because
that's right.
It's not revolutionary. It's not this,
it's not,
huge,
it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not what you made it seem like back in January. It was the next best thing. And it was revolutionary. We said this last night.
Yeah. And I think they're all feeling the heat. Even Smash is like, what can I do better? Before he was all puffing up his chest. I did everything. You guys are just hating on me. Now it's like, oh, well, what can I do to make my videos better so you guys don't criticize me? Because they all feel it. And they all know now, Tommy has used them to pump up this thing, and now it's letting everybody down. He's pumped the balloon, and now it's deflating, and they're feeling the heat. Ted Brenneman says, Hey, Tony, what are your thoughts on the Amiga story? Will it really come out as the Prism, as you say? 50-50 on that. In a couple of months, I think in January, the Prism trademark will have gone through if no one opposes it. And then I think in January, we'll see where Amico goes from there. If they just jump on the Prism train or if they keep that as the backup, but officially trademarked for whatever reason. Were you going to say something, Leo?
Yes. I think it's a very fair question, though. Like, what can he do better? And I think, like, we should address this. What can they do better? What should they do?
Well, why don't you tell us first? Give us your thoughts, Leo.
I,
What can they do better?
Well, I'll say one thing. First thing, because they were talking about you. There was this one guy saying you were a hater and this and that, right? I think this is probably the first thing they should start doing is just like stop attacking people and discrediting people. I think if they didn't do that, if the Amico supporters and Tommy Tallarico and other employees of the company didn't attack and try to discredit people from the community, that would go a long way. Like that would give them way more credibility and way more, like people would be much more accepting of other kinds of mistakes they make or the problems that exist. I think this is a big one. I think this is something they should definitely do. Stop like calling people haters and and doing these straw man arguments and all that kind of stuff. I think that's a big step.
Right. Today was a step in the right direction. They do more of what they did today. And then, Tony pointed it out. They probably put these people in a light that wasn't too good. And if they would stop using the smaller YouTubers to push this thing forward with marketing and in the videos that they've made, it would go a long way, because that was our main gripe yet last night, was that what is going to be revolutionary about what's going to come out today, and it was nothing. It's more of what we've seen over the last few years. I mean, Toys to Life exist, and Evos exist, Skylanders exist. These things have it's nothing new, and Retro Bro was caught saying that we haven't seen something like it since the 90s. Well, what exactly is there that we haven't seen since the 90s? It's nothing. So at the end of the day, is what's in that box bad? No, I'm okay with it. The box looks okay. It's a nice little package, but when you hype it to a certain degree, obviously you're going to be criticized for that, and we've been fair about the whole thing. So.
I have been alerted in the chat. Kotaku has made a new article ripping the NFTs from Intellivision Amico. So once again, they're getting mainstream coverage that is not positive.
So did they actually get sent out product or no?
No, I think they're just going off of what was shown in the video.
I wonder if they compared it to what was like I just said, like the January video. I wonder if they're making the same comparison, that there's nothing here that's revolutionary or anything that's not new.
I'm reading over the article now. It doesn't look like anything big. Just what we've mentioned, that they're selling the NFTs before before the console's out. That they've missed 2-3 shipping dates. I guess Kotaku's really against NFTs. They got links to articles. NFTs are horrible for the environment, giant scams filled with ethically dubious assholes and grifters. So they're very upset that Tommy and the Amico are even using NFTs.
Well, it is. I heard it is a bad trend.
This line right here. If you are interested in owning an NFT of a mobile game released a few years ago for a console that isn't out yet, you can head over to the Intellivision store page.
Ouch. I mean, nothing they said was untrue there.
I mean, it's a rather short article. It's just, like I said, just goes over the stuff we talked about. Compares it to the Ouya. Calls it an overpriced Android console.
Who did he piss off over at Kotaku?
This is the same guy, Zach Zwizen.
I don't really follow them, but it sounds like somebody's a little bit more pissed off, and they.
Well, he's the guy that
they
wrote
lump
the
us. Well, I understand that, but I'm saying they want to lump us in with all the haters, but we're pretty fair and honest over here. You know, I don't get it. That's just
It's
me.
because we're a smaller target. They can't yell at Kotaku. They can't, you know, dogpile on Rich and his audience, but they feel like they can dogpile on us because some of them have bigger subscriber counts and some of them have more quote unquote clout in the retro community. So they think that they could bully us around. We're an easy target. I mean, that's part of why they're, you know, doing it now. You know, they're all mad at each other for the video, probably disappointed in the whole NFT thing. And the only target that they could go, they don't want to yell at Tommy, so they have to yell at us and bring us into the equation. I mean,
Yeah,
I think this video has been fair. What do you think, Leo?
no, just think about Max, because Max was talking about, I don't know why. It's like, but he was talking about like he wanted Tommy to announce that the consoles were being produced, but we just got an update that they were thinking of maybe making something till the end of the year, right? And so it's like, how uninformed can you be being right next to Tommy and talking to the guy every day? Yeah, completely unreasonable expectations. So that's another thing they should try to avoid doing. It's like, yeah, what Tony said, right? Like at least know what you're talking about. At least take a look around. And when you say stuff, what you say shouldn't be completely stupid, because if it is, people are gonna point out the fact that it was stupid. I mean, yeah.
RJ's in the chat. He's saying that I guess he's getting annoyed listening to the stream, their stream. Seems like Retro Bro is trying to call out Rhea. I know Retro Bro was in the comments the one time telling Rhea she didn't know anything and she shouldn't be moderating because she was uninformed on the whole Amico stuff. I mean, if anybody should be moderating, it should be me. I think I'm the most informed out of everybody, except for Tommy.
Yeah, you do the most dicking, that's for sure. You bring facts to the table.
I think
they don't like it.
I think that's accurate, actually. Well, Rhea really doesn't know a lot of stuff, but
Rhea just needs to talk to Tommy and be friends.
But does she need to know that much to moderate?
No, I think the problem is that Rhea is fair and down the middle, and she'll say, you know what, Tony or Leo or Gary has a good point, and they don't want that. They want someone who's going to be like, those guys are wrong and you guys are right.
Right. They want someone who's going to silence the other side, and she does a good job of that. And that's the thing. If that's what they're upset about, then clearly that's what's going on. Because I mean, you can't silence people with their opinions, and well, not only just the opinion side of it, but you know, it's one thing to feel a certain way about it, but then when you bring the facts and what's been going on, and that's why I said, like last night when you had that debate with them on that last debate that you had with Max, I thought was you had him on the rope. Like I said last night, you had him on the ropes, and he didn't like that, and he got very defensive and said that, well, wait, that's not what I said. So they definitely want someone in their corner that's going to back them up, because they just, you know, you present them with anything and they just want to dismiss it. They don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, because you know they heard from Tommy, and Tommy is correct on all things. And even when he's wrong and contradicts himself, he's 100% correct.
Maybe we should watch Smash JT's video.
Videos. Yeah, let's watch that video.
Before we watch,
then we
Smash
can
JT's
tell him
video,
afterwards what can he do better.
Before we watch Smash's video, I wanted to watch this other thing real quick. It's a 23-second clip. The context is Tommy is talking about the physical media. This is from a while back. And so we're going to just take a quick look at it. This was posted on Reddit.
Do you think all this information? Oh, go ahead. Just go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just trying to get it.
I was going to say, do you think today's reveal is going to get buried by everybody's everybody else's videos. Clearly, we're on a stream. They're on a stream. Everybody's going to be making videos about this.
Nah, shouldn't. I mean, the people that are looking for the Intellivision Amico specifically from them are going to get it from the email and the other links that Tommy posts. So they're going to get their views that they were going to get anyway. But here is Tommy Tellerico. I'm not exactly sure when this conversation took place, but this was at some point when he was talking about physical media.
Now people are like, oh, is it just going to be Wi-Fi and that's it? That I want physical media. Don't worry. There's going to be physical media.
You see, he called it physical media early on. There wasn't articles that said it. It was Thomas Tellerico himself.
Well, you'll see in the back of the device, you'll see that SD card slot, right?
And this is 2 years ago. Someone says no physical games. Tommy says we will have special limited edition physical copies as well. They will be on
physical
SD card,
copies,
and they will be on SD cards, which the system will have. So
yeah,
I think it's exactly like we said last night. The SD cards, the physical was just too expensive to actually do correctly, and so he walked that back. Max is scared of me. What happened now? Is something going on at the other stream? Do we have to stop back in?
no, come on,
I
let's
feel
not
like you're
do
talking
that.
about me now.
I don't want to do that.
Leo says no. All right. To keep Leo's sanity, we won't do that. We'll take a look at Smash's video. It's the exclusive first look, although we saw two other ones. See what
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of
wearing
Smash
his
Game.
rebel shirt.
Episode for you, discussing the 8 games in the limited collector's boxed edition lineup for the Intellivision Amico. Now, there have been a lot of people clamoring for asking about what's inside, what these entail, how do I buy them, and in this video, I'm going to try to cover all of that. First, a couple ground rules, though. If you're new to the channel, you might not know that I've invested in Intellivision Amico. And I know there's a lot of influencers especially that try to make that look like a bad thing.
If I'm an
No,
investor,
it's not a bad thing if you point it out at the beginning of the video.
This, because I think I'm smart and know how to
Oh my god.
how to be a business investor. Shirtless wonder? Yeah.
Because I want to see a console succeed that I enjoyed
No,
playing.
wait a second.
Okay,
Pause,
apparently
please.
I'm the
Pause,
bad guy
please.
for doing that. Or
Did you put Patty and Yaspunk there?
No, he did.
So
that was in
there
his
you
video.
go, Smash JT. That's what you have to do better.
Yeah,
That's
you're,
right
you're,
there. Like, what
you-
the fuck is that?
I agree. You invest.
Also,
You,
that
go ahead,
wasn't fair
Tony.
use. That 100% was not fair use.
Because he took a snippet out of there. So the average person who's going to watch this video is going to assume that Pat and Ian have been totally unfair on their coverage of it. And as I've said before, the first few videos, they're very fair on the coverage of the Amico. And it does look very unprofessional when you're just going to take a snippet of it and kind of attack them without them
that's
having
not why
kind
it's
of a
not fair use.
rebuttal. Well, no, I understand that.
Smash, who has complained about Pat using people's thumbnails and images for not being fair use, that clip wasn't fair use because Smash was not addressing the clip, nor did he comment on the clip or have any commentary or anything, whereas the clip was substantial to the video he's making here. It was just thrown in to throw shade at Pat and Ian, obviously.
Right.
So that would be not fair use. Now, if Smash played the clip and then discussed why the clip was wrong and blah, 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 and specifically talked about the clip, and that was the crux of the video, then that would be fair use.
I'm an idiot for doing that, or whatever it is. I don't care. My point is, I forgot my shill hat. I'm a shill for the Intellivision Amico. So full disclosure, in case you didn't notice from the shirt, now you can tell by the hat.
So according to Smash, if you're wearing a shirt, you're a shill, which is the thing that we've been saying, but we were told we were wrong.
Good point there, Tony.
It's almost like they're learning.
And me actually saying it. And I think that should cover it. Let's get into this.
Grammarly?
They shouldn't be douchebags about it, though. It's like this is the same thing as Tommy was doing this post addressing whatever. So the videos that talk about and the way they address it, you can play. Tony,
right?
I was just
it's like saying sorry, but I'm not sorry. You've been right all along.
So you do not miss an upload. And I'm going to be covering a lot more of the Intellivision Amico as we draw closer to the launch of this, with more and more goodies being revealed along the way. This one being the boxed edition of games. And one thing that I've learned in the past few days, going up to Intellivision headquarters, again, to meet with Tommy and the team and see how the progress of the system is coming along and what my thoughts are on it. I know people are interested in what I have.
Isn't the system done, guys?
It is. There's no progress.
Yeah, how could there be progress if it's done?
No, there's no progress. It's been done for a year.
I'm confused.
There are no changes for a year.
Say about it. As
done.
much as some people might hate me because I enjoy my time with this thing, I like to just be honest with people about my thoughts on it. Tommy showed me a lot of really cool things. Some things I couldn't take pictures of because it was still in development mode, but coming to the finalization process of it. And
am I fucking dumb or something? Is he still saying that it's not done? The finalization process?
This video is
I feel
awful.
like I'm in Bizarro world.
I said I didn't want to watch this guy. This video is awful.
Yeah, you live in
He's doing the
imagination
exact
land.
same things he's been doing for all this time. Like, it's awful. It really is. Nobody hates him because he enjoys himself. Nobody.
me because I enjoy my time with this thing. I like to just be honest with people about my thoughts on it. Tommy showed me a lot of really cool things. Some things I couldn't take pictures of because it was still in development mode, but coming to the finalization process of it. And he said I could speak to it. And I saw, for example, I saw the box that the Intellivision is going to be shipped in. He let me open it up and see how it was going to be layered out and things like that. And he said not to go into too much detail how the box of the Intellivision Amico was going to be laid out because he wants that to be kind of like a special surprise for people when they get this. So I understood that, but he did say I'm more than welcome to give my impressions of it. And I was like, yeah, that thing it's cool. It's very, very high class. And I think it's going to surprise a few people that weren't.
Do you guys care about the box? Is that going to surprise you that it comes in a box?
I mean, it's not surprising. I mean, I'll be honest. I got my Oculus 2, and the box was nice for the way that they did the box, but it's not the reason I usually buy like the Playdate. I know the Playdate's going to come in a little small, little yellow like box. I want what's inside of it. I want what's inside of it to be good. So it's not about the packaging for me, at least.
It's going to be a surprise when you open your Amico box and it's empty. Someone says it's too fast. You guys need to learn to listen faster. Not all of us can listen at one speed. When I'm at one speed, it feels like everything's going slow motion.
Expecting this console to be in the echelon that this box is going to make it feel like it is. So that was my thoughts on the box that the Intellivision Amico comes in. But this is a little tidbit, extra thing that I want to talk about real quick. As far as these box edition games are concerned, like I said, there are 8 of them in the launch lineup, and they are available to purchase right now at the Intellivision website. I'll put a link in the description of this video below. A couple of these I've already opened up just to look through myself and to get a feel for it. before the video began, just so I knew what this.
The box also comes with a tube that blows smoke up your ass.
He says he got a link in the description. I'm wondering if this is an affiliate link or if it's just a regular link. What do you guys think? Nothing.
What did you say?
Smash said that there's a link in the description of his video so you could buy the physicals. I said, I wonder if it's a affiliate link where Smash would get money for them using
No,
that
I
link.
bet you it's an affiliate link. It has to be an affiliate. Can it be an affiliate link?
Well, not if he doesn't.
I don't think it's going to be an affiliate link.
I'll check it.
It should be, but I don't think it is.
Speak of specifically, in addition to what Tommy showed me in person at Intellivision the other day. But as you might have already seen too, Intellivision made a video going over one of these and explaining what comes in them. In this video, I want to go into a little bit more detail and give you my thoughts and feelings about this whole entire physical game, if you will. See the big quotes there, because it's not a physical game, it's a box edition. But to me, it's a physical game. It's the next generation of what physical games are going to be. So that's how I feel about it, not what Intellivision is saying.
No one gives a shit how you feel about it. Either it is or it isn't a physical game. Can we stop with this bullshit?
About that. Don't twist the two. Sometimes people hear things and they're like, oh, Intellivision said this. No, somebody who likes the console is saying that's what it feels like to them. So let's not twist words. Anyways, so first off, going to go through Missile Command. Lenticular, 3D lenticular card in the little folder side here, where instruction books used to go. And I asked Tommy about that too. I was like, oh, if you're going for collectors and stuff like that, you're doing these cards, which is really cool because collectors love cards and stuff like that. I know I do. So a 3D lenticular card is awesome. But as a collector, as a retro gamer, I also like instruction books. Why wouldn't you put instruction books in these as well? And his answer actually surprised me, but it made sense when you thought about it. He's like, yeah, we actually were planning on doing instruction books and thought that was going to be a great idea because that's what we wanted to go for. But then we realized the whole point of the Intellivision Amico is to keep the games basic and easily understandable for families to be able to pick up and play. And you shouldn't have to have an instruction book for that. If anything, you can just have a lenticular card for games to tell you.
That's 100% bullshit. As Tommy posted on Atari Age, instruction booklets were too expensive to make. Had nothing to do with wanting to keep it simple. I mean, a one-page push button to shoot is not a very detailed instruction. It shouldn't need a very detailed instruction booklet. Do you agree, Gary? Leo?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Well, not only that, but the games are not so simple that they don't need any instructions at all. They're just not. Like Finnegan Fox has a jump, he has a double jump, he has all kinds of different attacks, and then you can buy parts of the map, and there are collectibles in the game. It's like you could totally make like a 12-page, I don't know, manual for that with descriptions and explanations and stuff.
Yeah,
like it's bullshit in multiple levels. That the excuse.
Yeah, I think like Missile Command and Astro Smash are simple, but Finnegan Fox, if it is based on Fox and Force as much as we think it is, it's pretty complicated, pretty complex.
Whatever it wants, facts about the game, the storyline, information about it, number of players, release date, developer, publisher, all that kind of stuff on the card. And I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot more sense than an instruction book. As much as I personally wanted instruction books, it doesn't make sense. I think it's one of those, in theory, it's cool things, but in reality, this makes way more sense. That's my honest feelings about it too. After Tommy said that, I was like, yeah, you're right. Because even he wanted to do them. So
it's my honest feelings on it after Tommy said that. I'm glad Tommy's able to change his mind so easily.
Oh, I understood that. Then there's a coin. I'll go to that next. Every game that's a box edition comes with its own unique coin. This one, it says Missile Command on the back, and it's got the running man with all the different animations going around of that for.
I can't tell if it's his lighting or if that one's gold.
I think it's just his lighting. because everything looks kind of yellowish. Even the
Yeah,
up
that's true.
Intellivision on the coin. It's got a really good weight to it too. It feels like I'd say like 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 3 quarters put together, maybe 2.5 quarters put together for the weight. And then the game itself is an RFID card. Now this is really cool. This honestly, my honest feelings, if I can give honest feelings anymore.
Nope.
Whether people choose to believe me or not, I guess is a whole nother thing. But my honest feelings about this RFID thing is it's genius. Like it really is. For the types of games that the Intellivision Amico is going to be playing, this makes sense. It's not just an RFID though. On the back, there is a unique code. I'm not going to show it just in case, but there is a unique code that you can enter in after scanning this to lock it to your system and unlock it. Actually, not really lock it to your system. Let me go into further detail about that so it makes more sense. Because this is going to be fully transferable. It's never going to be locked to a system per se. What you can do is share this card with someone else and then enter the code on the back when prompted, and then it will transfer the game to your system, or at least let you download it. And then when the other person goes to play their system, it will remove it when it gets reconnected to being online. So it's pretty genius in a way because it allows physical transfer.
Yeah, according to that information that Smash said in Smash's version, Leo's example of downloading it, disconnecting from the internet, and then giving it away would work. So, yeah, can't one thing you guys can't have one video, one announcement, one fucking reveal where there isn't all kind of questions and disparate information from people that you've shared information with.
Well, and again, I'll repeat this. I really believe that Intellivision at this point is not worried about the few people who are going to buy 3 Amicos and put all the physical games in all those Amicos, all 3 Amicos, by buying them once, and then spread those around the family or whatever. Like they just don't care. They want $1 million right now to just get to the starting line, and then they'll figure it out and whatever. Fuck it. If that happens, fuck it. Who cares? Yeah, who cares?
All right, let's continue on.
Transferring of a game in a box media that you can sell after you buy it. It's not like it's not strictly a code, which I think a lot of people were worried about, myself included, because I'm like, if it's just going to be a code, I've already.
Smash JT just said that you take the card over and you enter the code on the back of the card into the other console, and they have it. So I'm pretty sure that the RFID card is strictly a code.
Well, I mean, it is a code, but I think he either misunderstood or misspoke there, because I'm pretty sure you just tap the RFID. The code is more just to the situation that we were talking about. If you want to check whether the RFID card was already used or not, I think you can use the code on some website, and it's gonna tell you.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you don't enter the code physically, you
it's
just
still
tap
a code.
it or whatever, it's still a code.
That's what RFID is. It's a code.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's you don't plug it in. It's not a fucking storage media.
But again, it just means that you don't have to keep the game. You can sell the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're playing funny with the words.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, that's the last thing I'm worried about is not being able to sell the games. I'm not worried about that. If I can't sell a game, especially a game that's $20, I don't care that much. What I really want is to know that I'll be able to play it in the future.
Yeah, that's true.
And this doesn't help that.
Already made videos complaining about how much I hate the idea of that. It's dumb, But to have an actual game card that you can scan onto the top of the Amico where the controller port is and download the game. And then if you want to ever sell it or trade it with a friend, you can trade cards with people too. I think that's really cool. I do. I mean, the honest feelings about it. I did a lot of thinking too, because this is new. It's not just RFID, but it's also NFT. So non-fungible token. And I guess I'll dive into a brief explanation of that for those that don't understand what that is when it comes to games, because it's very new, and it's even new to me. But as far as I understand non-fungible tokens, it's basically part of a blockchain with a unique ID to it. So for every single game, every single one of these has a unique ID to it. So ergo, it's something that you can trade with people, and it's each one of these is its own.
NFT stands for non-fungible token, which means it. If you know what the word fungible means, being able to trade and sell it would make it a fungible, non-fungible token. So, what the fuck are they even doing?
I don't know. It's a head scratcher.
Which is, to me, again, pretty cool. Back of the box, full glossy color. I really like the feeling of the box. Not the.
Is he just padding out the video now? I really like the feel of the box. I just want to.
He's already reaching 10 minutes, so he doesn't even need to do that. Isn't it 10 minutes? That's the magic number.
It's 8.5 now. 8.5. Because they lowered it like last year.
Mm-hmm.
Strongest structure of it. It's basic cardboard with a plastic inside of it, but it does the job. You know, it does the trick for what they need it to do. Could have been a little bit nicer, but I think what they were going for was collectability and affordability. I don't think they wanted like a $6 game to end up costing like $40 because of the box, like a really nice collector's box. So I think it makes sense for how they pack.
He just said he loved it, and then he said it's kind of just okay.
Yeah.
Caught that, did you?
Not just that, but I'm pretty sure these plastic clamshells are not that expensive. It's not going to add another $20 fee onto the fucking game.
It's not going to add anything.
Sometimes I don't know about these guys. It's like it can't be real. Like I'm going to wake up one day.
You were dreaming for years. You're in a coma, Tony.
Just being honest, I think it's perfect. Each one of these, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail too. Each one of these is available. They're going to be, I guess you could break it down to $20 a piece, but they're not selling them individually, so that's not really $20 a piece. It's actually $80 for 4 of them, or $150. So it's a $10 discount for all 8 of them. And when you purchase them, these are
they're giving a $10 discount if you buy all 8
copies. Did Tommy say?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the 2 packs of 4. You don't get to pick which 4 games. It's 4. It's like pack 1 is 4 games, and pack 2 is the other 4 games that are $80 each. And it's $150 for all 8, like the whole package, and it's $12 for shipping.
Oh, so you're really
crap.
only. I mean, you're saving, but you're not saving, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. Ren of Heaven says his grandmother can't wait to collect all of these. Wow, these games look great. I'll take $10,000 worth. Smash already did. $10,000.
That's the only souvenir he'll have.
All together, so I believe that means 5,000 copies of each of these, kind of making it like a limited run games in a way, I guess. I mean, these ones all say limited collector's edition.
He hates limited
I don't
run.
think it doesn't mean that they can't print more of them, but for this initial launch, these are the ones that will say limited collector's edition. So
Don't think I've
from a
not
collector's
been
standpoint,
following you,
I would assume
Buster.
they'd be more.
He doesn't like limited run. I was saying, don't think I haven't been following him, because I've been watching him for a long time, and when he started going off about limited run was flooding the market with video games, and he has a video that says, or was talking about video game burnout and how there were too many games out on the market, and to me as a gamer, that's just nonsense. Yeah, are there a lot of games? Yeah. Can I play all of them? No. But would you rather have very to little no games be released, like no choice, or would you like, hundreds of thousands, thousands of games to go and pick from? So it was just a dumb video that he made probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago now.
But he's consistent. He's being logical because he doesn't like lots of games. So he likes Amico that has very little. It's the console that has the least games.
This is true.
That's good. That's why he likes the Amico, because it has less games. It makes sense to me.
Kafke says that I have a hunch that the NFT claim is just a lie. I have it on good authority that Tommy never lies. So
yeah.
I mean, that would be a nightmare, though, if he said that in a video, wouldn't it?
That would be terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Is it going to be one of those things, then everybody, the same people are going to defend him and say, oh, they had to change it. I just changed. Yeah, but he's he sold this stuff as if it was, and then he changes it. Oh, yeah, you can send it back or what? Right? No, it has to be. They can't not make it. It has to be.
All right, let's get through this.
Valuable at that point, but who knows? My point being, this is really made for collectors, people that just want to hold the physical media. Again, my feeling on that, even though it's called the boxed edition, I consider this to being the version of physical media because of how it works. It doesn't stick into the console. It doesn't have the game like engraved on a circuit board or anything like that. Like some people are wondering if it's like the TurboGrafx 16 on the slim card that you slide in. It's nothing like that. It's new next generation technology, and it makes sense. So for 4 of the games, they are packs of Dynablaster, Evil Knievel, Rigid Force Redux Enhanced, and Missile Command for the first set of 4. And then the other set of 4 is Brain Duel, Biplanes, Moon Patrol, and Finnegan Fox. And in my experience playing these, I haven't played
like that. I don't like that.
I don't think I played Brain Duel. If I did, it was very brief. Same with Finnegan Fox, very brief. But my experience with Moon Patrol, so much freaking fun with that game. Biplanes, a fantastic experience. And these are the 4 I'm going to focus on right now, just to go through them. Let me open up Biplanes. Played this a lot with Tommy. Not the most recent trip up to Intellivision, but last time I was there, it was like 4 months ago, something like that. I don't know. Lost track of time during the pandemic.
I didn't check, Tony, but did the Moon Patrol say the Milky Way Chronicle on the front of the box?
I didn't see it. I don't think it did.
Oh, that's odd. Does that mean that these have been produced? They've been sitting around for a while, you think?
Off of it. Here's the 3D lenticular card.
Could be that it was too much
fun facts and information.
It's too long of a name for the
card as well. You can slide that into.
They look like Monopoly cards.
The side of the slot would be. And here we have the Biplanes coin, which is super cool. It shows the airplanes there on the back, and then the same front.
I can't see a damn thing
One side is
smashed.
always the same Running Man, and then the back is the unique game itself.
That might
Just the
be
collector's
me.
coin. It does not do anything for the games or anything like that. If anyone was wondering if there's like an RFID chip in those or anything like that, there is not. Biplanes game card right here, and then on the covering up the name, and then on the back there's the code.
Is it just more of the same?
Yet, but from how Tommy and
it was just more of the same. I didn't
it
need to
made
see
sense.
every fucking
It made sense.
one come out.
Will there be like ways around it to game the system? To a certain extent, maybe, but I think ultimately, when it comes down to it, like they're going to be like $6 games, $8 games. People are going to be going out of their way to game the system for getting a game for free for a limited time. I mean, I guess they might be able to do that. They find
People
ways,
still
but then it's going to go away
I
anyway.
mean,
So
people will
yeah,
game the
the
system for
system that's
anything.
in place
Yes.
is fairly foolproof. And I like it because for the longest time I was thinking this next generation of gaming is all going to be digital. And my concern with that was it's going to remove the whole collectability aspect from gaming. And I would be interested to see, no joke, if the future of game consoles.
There's no
borrow a page out of Tommy's book with the
like foil security thing to keep these from being scanned without opening the boxes. It looks like.
Yeah, unless it's behind the plastic and you can't see it or whatever,
or in between the cardboard, which I doubt they did.
Yeah. So
it really could be in the cardboard.
I mean, I could see people going to the store with a reader, reading it, getting the numbers, going home and downloading the game, and fucking
not even opening the plastic, right? Because then there's no questions asked.
Well, you don't even have to buy it. If you could just go in the store, scan it to a reader, and it'll tell you what the RFID numbers are.
Oh, and then you
clone it, just go home. Never even take it out.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes more sense, yeah. That would be awful.
I mean, because they have fucking readers that can like clone your credit cards that are just sitting in your fucking wallet. They can just walk by you and fucking.
Yeah, right. I heard about that. Yeah.
Tony, you're a dumb, stupid hater. Listen to me. Listen to me.
I mean,
Tommy Tallarico already has a solution for that, Tony. You lost again.
Oh.
These games are never going to make it to stores. So that is how that's never going to happen. Okay?
Oh, you got me there.
You were wrong again. Again.
But could you imagine picking one of these up, getting it home, unwrapping it, taking the card, being all excited, and being like, wait, this already exists on another console.
Wait a minute. Who's going to take these home and be all excited? Come on.
Smash
your
JT,
situation
John
is so,
Ridds.
out there. God damn it, Tony. Yeah.
Wrong again.
Still exchange them and use them on different systems. It's actually a really good idea. So that's my feelings on these. I think it's really cool, really unique. And again, I'm gonna put the web address for a link to this webpage to be able to purchase these in the description below. The games themselves, like I said, you can buy 4 or all 8 or other pack of 4 if you want specific games out of it. They are not sold individually at this time. This is strictly
They're
for
not
the
even.
collectors out there that want to get an early
Wait.
start
You have to
on
buy them in the
purchasing
pack of 4?
Yeah, that's what we told you. We said they're.
Oh, no. I misunderstood. I thought you were like, oh, they're offering them in bundles of 4, but I thought for sure you could buy them singly. That's even more awful. So wait, you have to spend $50.
No, 80.
Okay, they're 20 piece. How much is one pack of bundle? 80, and then
80.
shipping, which is what, $92?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It's affordable. Come on.
That's awful. I'm going to spend $92 on games I can't play, and I'm putting boxes on my shelves. Oh,
or you
fuck
could
off.
spend $162 and you get all 8 of them.
Oh my goodness. This is okay. There's my first gripe. I'm going to gripe about that. You're not selling them individually. That's just awful.
Because these are limited collector's edition. These are not the regular box.
You're not supposed to open them. You just put them sealed on the shelf. That's the target audience right now.
Yeah, you're gonna have no reason to open them. That's for sure.
This really is.
Oh, this is silly. I did not know that. That angers me. You can't even buy. Like, I can understand spending like the $32 for a game. You're in that $12 for shipping. That's outrageous to begin with. That's the most shipping I've. Limited run charges you $5-6, and for something that small, and that's the whole thing, right? If they had to sell these individually, it'd be a lot more work for them, I guess. But at the end of the day, I don't want to spend $12 in shipping for even 4 boxes.
Well, they should sell them individually because then they could charge you $12 shipping on every one they sell.
Like, I understand that it's the handling, but that's bullshit. I buy and sell. I do shipping, and in bulk. Don't you get a better price when you're shipping in bulk? I mean, I don't do in bulk. But man, I ship shit all the time, and it doesn't cost me nearly that much, even when I'm shipping it out to California. So,
Gary,
oh
do
my
you know
god,
how
that's
much it
awful.
costs for Ferrari fuel? Tommy's going to drive these to your house. $12. He will drive them and drop them off. He'll play games with you.
What does that Ferrari fuel take? Is that the 91 octane or 93 octane?
It's the good stuff. I don't drive. I don't know whatever the fucking good stuff is.
The racing fuel.
He brings the
Oh my
Amico with
goodness.
him, so you could try him out. He plays with you for 20 minutes. If you don't have fun, he drop kicks you in the head and takes it and leaves, calls you a hater.
So let me get this straight. The affordable system that people were talking about. Now, mind you, this was talked about between the group. They said you'd be able to buy a system and a game for cheaper than what the Switch is. You're now charging to get 8 games cost about the price of a Switch Lite.
Yes.
It's fucking ridiculous.
All right, we got one more minute to get through. Let's get through this.
Vision Amico games. And let me see. Like I said, it's going to be $80 for the 4-pack, $150 for the 8-pack. And that does not include shipping or tax. Those are additional fees, and it varies by country. So it depends on where you are and how much that extra is going to be. But that's a relative ballpark idea of what you can expect. And they're on sale now, shipping to the US, Canada, and Europe. And I believe it's going to be the same price no matter where you're purchasing it, just in your local currency. That's all the information I have right now for the boxed edition games. I hope this answers your questions. And a lot of people are wondering where they can get these, how they can get them. I've had a ton of people hitting me up in private messages asking me about these, how they work, watching. And as always, you stay smashing.
No, they're not. Oh, goodness. I'm angry now.
If you guys have any questions, down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, you stay smashing.
My question is, how can you live with yourself?
I didn't see Milky Way Chronicles on the box.
That's I want, because I don't remember that being like the sub name for the game for a long time. I really wonder how long these games, like who's to say that footage was a lot older than it was when it was presented? What, a month back when they did the. And did they ever do a video? They just did pictures, right? Well, they're coming off the factory line. Who's to say that didn't happen last year?
Come on now. Let's not put tinfoil hats on, Gary.
Something smells fishy.
Well, according to the ESRB website, because they finally did get the games all cleared up with ESRB, because they were going to sell them, so they had to get fucking cleared. It does call it the Milky Way Chronicles. So it might be on the box really little. All right. We've been here 2 hours and 17 minutes. Yeah, they did get cleared with Peggy, ESRB, and USK for the German ratings. That's how I knew they were going to go on sale. I didn't want to ruin the surprise for everybody. But we've been here 2 hours and 17 minutes. Thank you, Leo, for joining us. Thank you, Gary, for being here. Make sure to come back tomorrow for some indie games, some lesser-known games. Me and Gary are going to go over that. And as always, love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.